All right, welcome back. So I'm checked in here in Nha Trang. Just a few hours here before work. I would show you the view. I mean, the view's nice. It's not a direct view of the ocean, but I can see the ocean from the window here. It's nice to be at the beach, just one block away for under $12 a night. I showed up here after kind of on the fly searching for a place and not fully booking the place, walking with my luggage on the street, which is pretty normal in most of these tourist places, and arriving over here. I thought I was gonna pass out, honestly. I was dripping with sweat so bad. These trips really take a lot out of you. Commenter said, I'm taking the bus, you're broke. Yeah, I am. And as it turns out, the bus has been pretty good transportation in Asia. Philippines, Thailand, Cambodia all have very good transportation and very inexpensive. And foreigners that have never been here like to poke me about being broke and taking the bus. Frankly, in this situation, I probably should have flown. It was $55 to Da Nang, $57 to Hanoi. Either one probably would have been fine as trying to get to Hanoi. Yesterday I spent probably in total maybe 9-10 hours of travel and maybe 7 or 8 hours on the bus. And so I'm 6'4". I'm a big dude, so I don't travel well in even flying. But in most cases, flying is over in a couple hours. So it's easier to take. Here, I thought the sleeping bus and the pictures, right? They have all these travel agencies, bus agencies that advertise these trips to many points. One of the best bus trips I took was from Ho Chi Minh to over there, Siem Reap in Cambodia. The countryside in Cambodia is really beautiful place. I highly recommend it. I mean, crossed over the border. There's nothing like this in the United States. I mean, frankly, I think most Americans probably ridden Greyhound one time or another. And the transportation is just not the same in the United States. I mean, for $25-ish, I went over the border, what they called the border run bus or whatever, went into Phnom Penh, sit down over there. 30 minutes later, a tuk-tuk come to take me across town to another little satellite bus station thingy. I got on a smaller van that was not slow, and we drove across Cambodia to Siem Reap, getting into Siem Reap like 1 in the morning. And I would recommend you know the bus to see many of these places, I mean, you land in the Cambodia or you land in Bangkok, you see the city, but once you leave the city, I mean, you really get a feel for some of these places. Notably here in Vietnam where I'm at, which I just went to the Remnants Museum again, and they have the Agent Orange level where you feel like it's going to be 10 generations before they are able to get it out of the ground, get it out of the water. If you're unaware what that is, it's what the United States dropped on Vietnam during the war. Very disturbing, actually. The museum is probably one of the best museums I've been to. Definitely worth a see. I've been a few times. I left the first time, I mean, it was just so like heavy, you know. And so I went back and was reading about this and watching some of the news reports because they gathered all this from around the globe, from reporters, and the United States, there's a news report, and I'm probably going to blow at least some of the details, but where the Air Force general or whatever is saying we're going to bomb Vietnam back to the Stone Age, and the data is, you know, they bombed every school, every hospital. I mean, so many of these things, you know, from, of course, looking out the window of this bus, it's interesting. So, yesterday, I get on this bus, took a little short ride on the scooter, then took a shuttle for about 45 minutes. Wouldn't say I'm overly familiar with Ho Chi Minh, but to this bus station, boarded a bus. I thought to myself, I mean, the big deal with buses for me is, well, sleeping. If I happen to get some sleep, that's a bonus. I mean, frankly. Even on airplanes, taken quite a few long flights, and there's only one flight that I took, and that was after being stranded in China for 2 days, where I got any real sleep. I just remember the pilot, you know, saying the announcements or whatever. I fall asleep on the wall, and I wake up, there's a little sticky note for all the meals that I missed, which, thank God, no one woke me up. And I woke up to the announcement, oh, we're on final approach here to SeaTac. I was like, oh, nice. That's about the only trip in forever I have gotten any real sleep on. And so I picked the sleeping bus, and again, these were very tight sleepers. And every seat was full. Like I said, transportation's pretty good around here. I mean, I bet, you know, from even being here and walking around, I mean, there's I probably see 30 or 40 buses every time I go out, going down the street. I mean, there's a lot of transportation coming into this place. A lot of tourists coming over here. So I bet there's buses leaving every 5 or 15 minutes going north, stopping at many of the, you know, places like here, Da Nang. There is a train even. And so here I am, you know, of course I'm here. Options are much different because, of course, even though that I am closer to Da Nang, and there's an airport about 25 kilometers from here, to fly into Da Nang now, it's like 4 times the cost, like $200 and something. And you know, again, another kind of bonus part to the bus is, you know, no luggage fees, none of that craziness. As many times you buy a ticket on these airlines, you get pinched for these fees. You're in an airport. Of course, you know, may or may not buy something at the airport. And so, I mean, the bus being under $20 is, you know, not too bad. So, sitting on the bus, it's already getting pretty tired, and of course, not able to do much sleeping. I tend to like to sleep on my side, and like I said, the bunks or the sleeping chairs, because they recline maybe not completely flat, but I mean, pretty close. Really only allowed me to just kind of lay back. I actually got to sleep at one point, and then the driver got on the horn and stopped, and so we all got off, put on our temporary slippers, and went to the bathroom, and then got back on. So the guy behind me leaves on one of the stops, and then these people move over to his spot, take over his spot, which in the back there's like 4 recliners, and he starts putting his feet like on the back of my chair, which is basically very close to my head, and it was overly annoying. And I was already tired, and I could feel myself just being like, Jesus Christ. So I was watching a little bit on the app, you know, how far are we? How much longer is this going to take? Because when it comes to bus runs this long, I mean, oftentimes it can be, you know, a couple hours late. It's not too crazy. Trying to plan my arrival. And so, of course, I was aware at least a little bit. Nha Trang, there it was. I thought we were going to stop there. I end up just telling the stewardess, whatever, the second driver, I want to get off. Got off, gave him my luggage. It was quick too. He was like, oh, here, boom, off you go. I was like, here we go. So I hopped off and was able to get a grab into Nha Trang for $2. Get to an ATM, start searching online. No longer using Agata. I mean, they stuck it to me. And so no longer using that. And like I said, I found a place that I thought would be good and booked it, which is this place right here for $12. I mean, there was lots for $12. I mean, it could have been basically beachfront for probably, I don't know, $25 maybe, with a balcony and everything. I mean, but I mean, I'm after more of the cheapish accommodations. I was paying maybe a lot of money in Ho Chi Minh, $20. The place I left was, I don't know, $16, $17, and it didn't even have hot water. So, I mean, there's that. But over here, $12, even Da Nang, very inexpensive. Again, maybe somewhere in the area of $10 to $15 for pretty nice accommodations. I was looking forward to seeing Da Nang for a long time now, for the surfing and stuff. Actually, the ocean here has some waves, so, and nothing that surfable. I guess it's possible they probably could get some surf if the swell was direct, but it's nice. Got some coffee, came back to the room, got my workload covered, and started to try to plan what's next. Anyway, if you made it this far, I appreciate you all for watching, and I'll cut it off here and do another vlog later. Have a wonderful night.